Hey, welcome to Italianissimo. So today we're diving into the most essential irregular verbs you absolutely need to know.
So if you've ever tried to learn Italian, you know that some verbs, well, they just refuse to play by the rules. Today, we are going to tackle those head on. We're diving into the most essential irregular verbs you absolutely need to know. So why bother with these tricky verbs? Well, as we pointed out, we're not talking about some obscure grammar rule you'll never use. No, these verbs are the absolute heart of everyday Italian conversation. If you want to sound more natural and fast, this is where you start. Okay, so to really show you how important these verbs are, how about a quick challenge, yeah? It's just a little something to warm up our brains. But before we jump in, let me just walk you through the game plan for today. So first up, we've got that verb challenge. Then we'll get into the real meat of it, the core verbs and what I call power verbs. After that, I'm going to share a really smart way to learn these, a little trick, and we'll wrap up with an essential toolkit to help you put it all together. It's all about going from just learning grammar to actually speaking, right? All right, here we go. It's time for our irregular verb challenge. It's simple. I'll show you a sentence with a blank, and you try to fill it in with the right verb. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, first up, we're starting with the two absolute giants of the Italian language, essere, which means to be, and avere, to have. Seriously, you will use these two verbs in pretty much every single conversation you have. All right, first question. The sentence is, voi, blank, essere molto simpatici. So that means you all are very nice. What's the right form of essere for voi? I'll give you a second. And the answer is siete. Voi siete molto simpatici. Awesome. If you got that one, you are definitely on the right track. Now let's take a quick look at the whole conjugation. So here's the full table for essere. And hey, notice something a little tricky? The first form, io sono for I am, and the last one, loro sono for they are, they're exactly the same. That's a classic thing to watch out for with these irregulars. Feel free to hit pause here and really look this over because these are just fundamental. Okay, let's move on to our next big one, avere. Here's the sentence. Io ho una sorella più piccola, which means I have a younger sister. So what's the right form for io, for I? That's it. It's just O. H-O. And a super important tip here, that H is totally silent in Italian, so you don't say ho, you just say O. It's a simple thing, but it makes a huge difference. And here is the complete table for avere. You can see right away how irregular this one is too. Honestly, these 6 little words, they're non-negotiable. You've just got to know them. So take a second, really burn these into your brain. You are going to use them all the time. All right, on to our next group. These are special verbs called modal verbs, but I like to call them power verbs, and you'll see why. They basically let you express much more complex ideas because they team up with other verbs. These are the big 4 you need to know. Potere is for can or ability. Volere is for want. Dovere is must or obligation. And sapere is knowing how to do something. They're the verbs that let you say what you can do, what you want to do, or what you have to do. See? Power verbs. So you know it's coming. Let's test one out. The sentence is noi non blank potere uscire stasera. So we can't go out tonight. What's the right form of potere for noi, for we? You got it. It is possiamo. Noi non possiamo uscire stasera. That's a phrase you are going to hear and probably use constantly. And here's the full conjugation for potere. Now, don't just blankly memorize it. Look for the little patterns inside. See how the I, you, he, she, it, and they forms all have that O sound change in the middle? Posso, puoi, può, possiamo, and possono. Spotting little things like that, that's what makes learning so much easier and fast. Okay, so we've done a bit of memorizing, but now for the really smart part. I want to show you a much more efficient way to learn these verbs, so you're not just staring at endless charts. It's what I call the Verb Family Strategy. And the strategy is, well, it's a simple 3-step hack. Step 1, you really master one main irregular verb. Step 2, you find other verbs that are just built from that one, usually with a little prefix at the beginning. And in step 3, you use the exact same pattern you already learned. It's a total game changer, a massive shortcut. Let me show you a perfect example. Take the verb venire, which means to come. You learn that the I form is vengo. Okay, got it. Well, once you know that, you automatically know that intervenire, to intervene, is intervengo, and convenire, to be convenient, is convengo. See, you learn one single pattern and boom, you've just learned 3 or 4 other really useful verbs. Now, to help you actually use this strategy, we've put together a pretty awesome toolkit. It puts all this information right at your fingertips, so you can start practicing this right away. This thing covers the 50 most common irregular verbs in Italian. These are literally the verbs that make up the backbone of everyday conversation, and they're all right there in one place for you. And listen, it's not just a list, it's a whole learning system. It's got the full conjugations, example sentences so you can see them in context, those verb family tables we were just talking about, and even some practice exercises to really make it all stick. So let's just bring this all home. The whole point of this was never just to memorize a bunch of grammar rules, right? It's about taking those rules, connecting them to a smart strategy, and then using that strategy to do what you really want to do, have real, flowing, confident conversations in Italian. You've got the core verbs down, you've got the power verbs, and now you have a strategy to learn smarter, not harder. You're basically holding the keys to the most common words in the whole Italian language. So I guess the only question left is, what conversations are you going to unlock first?